This channel is supported by my online fishing courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner, including my new Florida inshore fishing course. This channel is also supported by my books, and remember, those books make great holiday gifts. You can learn more about the books at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon. All right, good morning from Southwest Florida. Yep, my first trip out this winter. So I have no idea, no clue what's going on. Just going to play the tide a little bit. Got a little good tide window this morning, and we'll see. After like 11 o'clock today, there's like no water, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you see from that intro, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just know, you know, what I know tide-wise and everything else, and oh my goodness, it's going to turn out to be such an unbelievable trip. It's just, yeah, all right, I'm going to start off with the Mossy Mullet. It's my confidence bait, and yeah, I've got the Dr. Juice on there. I'm going to start off on the shoreline, but first I got something I'm proud of that I want to tell you about. I'm proud to announce I've got a new online course at saltstrong.com/Skinner. This time it's inshore Florida fishing, and I'm going to be covering everything from sheep's head to tarpon. So that's redfish, snook, trout, tarpon, sheep's head. And I'll be doing it in all of the different environments down there. You know, you've got the mangroves, grass flats, oyster bars, docks. You know, all of these are great areas, and these are all kinds of areas that I fish. And, you know, there are a lot of similarities between the Florida fishing and the Northeast fishing, but there's also some big differences. I mean, one of the big differences that I've had to encounter in Southwest Florida is the tides. I mean, we're used to up north having these tides go pretty much 6 hours. Well, hey, take a look at this. Here's a 16-hour incoming tide. Yeah, it's a thing. Sometimes the tide comes in for a couple hours and then it goes flat and does nothing. I mean, and then continues to come in. Tremendous drops in water temperatures in the shallows, 10 degrees in 12 hours. You know, all of this impacts the fishing, especially in these shallow settings where when that water temperature drops, the fish have to react to it. When the water warms back up, they have to react to that. So these are all the kinds of things that I go through in the course. And hey, you can save the shrimp for the cocktail sauce. This is all artificials, with the exception of crabs for sheep's head. This is going to be all artificials and just a small subset of lures. You don't have to spend a lot on tackle. So, all right, check it out. Saltstrong.com/Skinner, along with my other courses. And as with all my Saltstrong courses, if you're not satisfied for some reason, you can get a full refund for up to 1 year after purchase. So there's absolutely no risk. Yeah, this is where I'm going to get my first fish of the season on this stretch here. Here's my first Florida fish. Oh, boy. Yeah, they don't get smaller than that. First snook of many. All right, just looking to pick along these holes in the mangroves here. I'm gonna get one this cast, at least a hit. Come on. Oh, come on, come on. All right, some tiny fish to start. Yeah, I really hope you watch this video all the way through, because it's not going to end on small fish. That's for sure. All right, got a little bit of an outflow over here, and then there's a channel. You can see that current. So I've switched lures. Instead of the Mossy Mullet, which is on a 1/8 ounce swim bait hook, this is one of the Z-Mans, a 3-inch on a jig head, 1/4 ounce, and so that's going to go a little bit deeper, and that's what I'm looking for here. And I'm going to have links to all of the gear in the video description. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And as mentioned, this is Southwest Florida.
Staying down. Maybe a red? No. Totally unexpected. It is a small gag. Or is it a little Goliath? I think it's a little Goliath. There. There's a non-zero chance of getting a tarpon here. There goes a baby tarpon. Oh, it was a baby tarpon.
Okay, because I saw the small tarpon, I'm going to the mossy mullet. It works very well on those. And by the way, like I said, I hope you hang in with this video because, yeah, we're going to find the parents of those small tarpon at some point.
See if I can catch a baby tarpon. And I can try and catch a redfish and a trout. And have a grand slam. A micro slam. Micro grand slam. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
Oh, I have to laugh that I'm thinking that far ahead. I mean, it's good to be optimistic, but oh, come on, I've got a couple little snook, and I'm thinking about a grand slam. Yeah, I've got a ways to go.
Oh, there's my tarpon. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In the boat. In the boat. Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted. So there's my baby tarpon. All right. Silver Prince. Thank you. All right. Now, if I could catch a redfish and a trout. A redfish and a trout.
All right, now I'm going to go unedited for the next 10 minutes. You're going to see every cast. When that 10 minutes is over, you're going to have seen something I know, I'm almost sure I will never ever see again or accomplish. So let's see.
All right. Don't need any more of those. Okay, I don't know what this is back here. I think these could be redfish because I think it's too shallow for, oh! It's too shallow for the tarpon right here. Oh. There's definitely fish here. Gotta make longer casts. Something. Something. What is it? Is it something I need? It's something I need. It's a freaking trout. Oh my God, I'm a redfish away from a grand slam. Alright, so there's my trout. I need a redfish. I mean, come on. One redfish, any size. I don't have time.
So I don't care so much about putting this stuff on. This is the Dr. Juice. If it's just snook, but when you start talking about trout and redfish, then yeah, absolutely. I think it helps. So hey, you do what makes you confident. I'm putting it on.
One red. So I've been in a situation where, just like this, needed a red, had all day, couldn't get them. Something. I don't think that's a redfish. Could be. Could be. He didn't jump. Now he jumped. A little more respectable snook anyway. Okay.
All right, honestly, I don't put that stuff on this frequently. I think I actually forgot that I had just put it on. But yeah, it won't hurt. But yeah, I wouldn't put it on and put it on 2 or 3 minutes later. I just must have forgot. Now, most of what you're seeing on top is mullet, not game fish, but some are game fish. So I'm in less than 2 feet of water, by the way.
Okay, that could be it. I saw him going after it. Come on. I think this is it. I think that's going to be a red. Yeah. I saw him wake it. Frickin' grand slam. God darn it. Unbelievable. Wow. And look where the sun is, man. The day is early, but yeah, I mean, I saw that wake. I've actually never caught one here in this spot, but and not a terrible one either. Look at that. Actually pretty nice. And Redfish makes grand slam. Oh.
Okay, so the size of the tarpon aside, what was amazing about those 12 minutes, is that it went tarpon, trout, snook, redfish. First of all, it's hard to get a grand slam. I might get 1 or 2 a winter. It's unusual. It's just not easy. But to catch them consecutively like that, and to do it in a span of 12 minutes, I'll never do that again. I mean, just the stars were all aligned. So that just that blew me away. And the best part of this trip hasn't happened yet. I messed around in here some more. You see, there's a smaller snook, and caught some tiny snook. And but yeah, that as far as I'm concerned at this point, I've had a great trip. And it's going to get better. But let's catch one more fish in here, and then we're going to move on.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I've actually only seen tarpon in this spot one time. I've never seen them in the fall because when I get down to Southwest Florida, the water's usually cooler. It's 77 degrees right now, so there's some tarpon around. So I'm basically done. I'm quitting. I'm going home. I'm heading home. I'm deciding, all right, you know what? Let me let me see if there's any snook under these docks. I actually checked the dock on the way out, and I didn't get anything. And you know, I'm going to hit this and give it a few casts and see what happens. All right, then we'll go from there. My first dock snook of the year. I had actually fished 3 docks. That was the only fish I got. They're just not under the docks. So I'm heading home. Now, this area in front of me, a neighbor, like 3 years ago, who puts crab pots out, said he had seen some tarpon here one time. It always stuck in the back of my head. I basically have to go through here anyway, and so I'm just keeping my eyes open. And, well, let's just watch. You might get to see the disturbance if you just look up upper right-hand corner of the screen, that piece of water. Holy shit. Okay, I saw a big tarpon rise. First of all, I've never seen a big tarpon on this end of my stay. I see them in the spring, never seen one in the fall. Like I said, never saw a tarpon here, so that's my reaction. Immediately, I'm putting my tarpon lure on. I'll put a link in the video description. It's a 5-inch Zoom Fluke, 1/8 ounce swim bait hook. But it was that one rise. All right, so now I'm just going into the area quietly. I made about 3 or 4 casts. I mean, it seems pointless. Look, it's hard enough to catch tarpon, to get them to hit if there's a lot of them around. If there's just a couple, it's not going to happen. So I'm almost looking to see if I can spook any, see if there's any others here. So I'm just paddling in, see if I can, just tell myself, was it just one? There's 2, or are there more? Now watch what's going to happen. I'm going to grab my lure to put it on my guide, but way up in the corner, I see a disturbance. So because I was going to quit. That's what I was doing, is reaching for the lure, put it on the guide, go home. One fish came up, so I didn't do that. So I'm heading in that direction where I saw it, and gonna make some casts. Now I do get tarpon in the winter. I don't get them here. This is Pine Island Sound. I have to travel like an hour, and I do get tarpon, but they're not here. They move out of here. I'm only in 4 feet of water here. This is the deeper area. And right now, the cool thing for me personally is I'm like 15 minutes from my house with this kayak. So, yeah. So you see what this retrieve is. It's just erratic. And I'll call it like a slow retrieve. I mean, look, it's an 1/8 ounce swim bait hook. And so the whole payload's only a 1/4 ounce. You really can't throw it on heavy tackle or with heavy line. So I got 20 line, 20-pound braid, 40 leader. It's a pretty slow retrieve. I mean, the lure's actually working like maybe a foot or 2 below the surface. So if you're looking to imitate this, I wouldn't worry about the cranking speed. Just you can see the line turning around on the rod there. It's a pretty slow retrieve. If you go faster, it's going to be on the surface, and if you go slower, it's not going to be moving much. But yeah, erratic. That's the name of the game. There's really no pattern to it. Just keeping it jerking around. Whoa, I got him. He's on. Jump. Oh, holy crap. Holy crap. I've never even seen him in the fall. Holy crap. There's like there's not a lot of water here. Oh, he's a big one. Not crazy big though. Big. Ooh, I see the soft plastic, which gives me some hope that the leader's not all the way in his mouth. It could be on the roof of his mouth there. Yeah, let's get a sip of air, right? Definitely be a tough landing if I get them that close. What can you do now? I don't know. Silver King. Never had a tarpon on in this one before. Right, so I've never had one in this kayak. I've caught numerous ones in my Old Town autopilot. That's more, it's like a barge, I mean, and it's harder for them to drag it. It was a little too easy for him to drag this one. I'll have that figured out. I'll figure it out. Okay, a few minutes later, and what I've figured out is how to, at least a good chunk of the time, make him pull the kayak broadside, and I can get a lot of pressure on the rod. People look at the rod and go, "Oh, the tackle's too light." It's nonsense. All that power is up above. It's between the butt and the first guide. There's a lot of power there. You can really lean on that part of the rod. You don't worry about the top end of the rod. Now, with the rudder, I got it adjusted. I can make him drag this thing broadside. Now this is helping. Turn around. So this is the Dark Matter Skinner inshore rod, and I've got a Tsunami Shield 2 3000 on there. You can put a lot of pressure on this rod, and it's not gonna break. And by the way, this is a $150 reel. It's not an expensive reel, and if you buy one in December, you can get a free pair of pliers with the reel. It's a decent pair of pliers. There's a link in the video description. Not very efficient.
touch. Gotta let go, though. Gotta let go. Okay, my hand. I got one hand. Never hold them with one hand. Never hold them with one hand. I can't get my other finger. All right, that's a land. I got him. Holy crap. Holy crap. All right. All right, that's as far as I'm legally able to take him out of the water. Look at that hook. Holy shit. I gotta get that hook out of him, because if he does something crazy. Okay, hook's out, good. All right. Holy shit. Man. All right, gotta get this guy going.
All right, now with the bigger tarpon, hey, that gives me a legit Grand Slam, which I've never had. I've never had a big tarpon in the 3 other species. I've had small tarpon like earlier on, but yeah. So hey, my first trip of the season down here in Florida. I'll be down for 5 months. Yeah, this is just I can't believe it. Okay, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Check out my online courses at saltstrung.com/Skinner. And yes, please check out my new Florida inshore fishing course. And don't forget my books. Remember, those books make great holiday gifts. You can learn more about the books at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. There he goes. Oh.